Live from Malmö, Sweden, this is the final of the Eurovision Song Contest 2024.
I don't wanna go, but baby, we both know this is not our time. It's time to say goodbye until we meet again, 'cause this is not the end. There will come a day when we will find our way. Violins playing and the angels crying. When the stars align, then I'll be there. No, I don't care about them all, 'cause all I want is to be loved. And all I care about is you. You're stuck on me like a tattoo. No, I don't care about the pain. I've walked through fire and through rain just to get closer to you. Stuck on me like a tattoo. Letting my fur down, keeping it cool. You got my heart in your paw, don't lose it at all. It's all that I got. Violins playing and the angels crying. When the stars align, then I'll be there. No, I don't care about them all, 'cause all I want is to be loved. And all I care about is you. You're stuck on me like a tattoo. No, I don't care about the pain. I'm up to fire and through rain just to get closer to you. You're stuck on me like a tattoo. Care about the Lord, 'cause all I want is to be loved. And all I care about is you. You're stuck on me like a tattoo. No, I don't care about the pain. I've walked through fire and through rain just to get closer to you. You're stuck on me like a tattoo. I don't care about more. Stuck on me like a tattoo.
A big round of applause, everybody, for last year's winner, Chester the Giroux, everyone. That was amazing. Welcome to Eurovision 2024! We're back again with the third edition of our singing contest, broadcast live from main stage to such faraway places as Valhalla and maybe the whole world through the live stream. So, NFC, Europe, the world, are you ready for Eurovision? Awesome! We have 10 excited artists for you. They're waiting nervously backstage, and they want to perform for all of you here today. Do you want to meet them? Yeah? All right, let's get them out here. So, say hello to Gustav, Bruce, Gaikatsu, Luke Husky, Nifo, Little Alpha Pop. Back the Gas. Balder. Dan. And last but not least, Ace Blaze. Take a bow, everybody. All right, thank you so much to the contestants. You may wait backstage until I call you onto the stage one by one. Thank you. Now, you may have noticed that we have 4 individuals sitting in the audience here right in front of me. They're the judges, yeah? So, they have 50% of the vote. And this year, they are, in no particular order, Burr Coda. Burr is returning to judge for his 3rd year, I believe it is, yeah? And he's a NFC icon pretty much at this point. He's been part of creating the Cheese Party song and the Catch 'Em All song. So, yeah, if you're enjoying stoner rock, you can also hear him performing with his own band, The Orbiter. Or Orbiter, I think they're called, yeah. And next up, we have Shadow Wolfen. The man needs no introduction. He was on stage all of yesterday. But you might remember him from such concerts as the charity concert and the After Dogs concert, because he is the lead singer of the Snowflakes. So, well, the male lead singer anyway. And those of you with good memories may also recall that he was, I believe, a judge of the first Furvision as well. Yep, yep. Next up, we have Glexus. So, Glexus brings more than 12 years of musical experience to the judges' table. He's worked with live music production and DJing and live and pre-recorded vocals as well. So he knows a thing or two about this. He's NFC's DJ organizer, so if you like the DJs at the dances, that's him, and if you don't, that's his fault. So he's responsible for the culture events. And then, last but certainly not least, we have Chester the Jew! So, Chester is last year's winner, and his performance of Tattoo just now, and also Thursday's opera show, if you saw that, that just speaks for itself, honestly. It does. So, Chester, you're a freelance opera singer, and you can make a living off that, so that's pretty hardcore, to be honest. You're walking all over the world, I know. He's taking a break from all his busy life to help us find his successor. So, now for the important bit, the rules. That's the most fun part, right? So, the result is divided 50-50 between the jury and the televote. So, you guys are the televote. Yeah? So, after all 10 competitors have been on stage, we'll open up the vote. And each jury member will give out the classic Eurovision scores of 1 to 8, and then 10, and then 12. You know, same as always. But you guys in the audience, your televote will have 4 times that much vote. So you can give 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and so on, right? You get it. So, let's get going. NFC, are you ready? Let's get the first contestant here on stage. So, our first contestant is Gustav. He was born in Kawasaki in Japan, and he became a musician and a school teacher. And then in 2011, he moved to Germany and married his husband. So he entered the German TV casting show Deutschland sucht das Supertalent. I hope I did that right. And sang in front of Dieter Bohlen and Thomas Gottschalk and 3,000 people in Berlin. These days, he's working as a vocal coach at a music school in Frankfurt am Main. He also teaches culture and language from Japan. So, he's here alone today to sing Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon for you. Give it up for Gustav.
Oh, don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said I hold it back, she said shut up and dance with me. This Roma is my destiny. She said ooh, ooh, shut up and dance. We are big team of the night. The chemical, physical, grip tonight. The spreading is so helpless, so well in line. How we are bound to get together, bound to get together. She took my arm, I don't know how it happened. We took my claw and she said, oh, don't you dare to cry, just keep your eyes on me. I said I hold it back. She said shut up and dance with me. This Roma is my destiny. She said shut up and dance with me. A backless flag has some beatings me. My discotheque, Juliet, T.I.'s real. A party in my chest as you look at me. How we were bound to get together. She took my arm, I don't know how it happened. We took my claw and she said, oh, don't you dare it back, just keep your eyes on me. I said I hold it back. Shut up and dance with me. This Roma is my destiny. Shut up and dance with me. Oh, come on, party! Look in my eye, I don't see the future. I realize this is the last chance. Look in my eye, I don't know how it happened. We took my claw and she said, oh, don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said I hold it back. She said shut up and dance with me. This Roma is my destiny. Hey, come on, everybody! Shut up and dance. Don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said I hold it back. She said shut up and dance with me. Ooh, 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 ooh. Shut up and dance with me. Hey, everybody sing with me. Ooh, ooh. Shut up and dance with me. Ooh, ooh. Shut up and dance with me. Thank you. Arigato. Dankeschön. Tak.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gustav! That was the first performance of tonight. So, for our next singer, we have Bruce. Bruce is an avid fan of older music and occasionally picks up the vinyl. In his day-to-day life, he works as a lab technician in a hospital, and he actually helped discover a variant of Alzheimer's disease. Mostly heard singing while in the shower or while driving, his curiosity turned to Ferrovision, and now he's here performing the song from The Beatles called Yesterday. Give it up for Bruce!
yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be, and there's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came suddenly. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play. Well, now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday.
Bruce, everybody! So, next up, we have a cheerful wolf dog from Finland, but today she's appearing as a cat. So, Gai Katsu started singing when she graduated as a teacher. She got a gift card for a vocal coach, but instead of teaching her how to speak, he convinced her that she should be, in fact, singing. And that's how she unexpectedly fell in love with singing. She's very shy about her voice, but here to put her fears in their place and give the best shot to Memory by Andrew Lloyd Webber from the musical Cats. Give it up for Gai Katsu!
Not a sound from the pavement as the moon lost her memory.
Katsu! Wow, what a performance. So, next up, we have Fluke Husky. Fluke Husky has been active in the furry community since 2014, and he's massed recognition through his dancing and YouTube videos. He's a musician by heart and has been singing and playing guitar since 2010. At MFF and FC, he helped organize a furry a cappella group called Paw Capella. And he's just released his first album on Spotify under the name Night Howls. So now he's here to perform Stop This Train by John Mayer for you. It's a song about not being ready to grow older and seeing your parents go. Give it up for Fluke Husky!
No, I'm not colorblind. I know the world is black and white. Trying to keep an open mind, but I just can't sleep on this tonight. Stop this train. I wanna get off and go home again. I can't take the speed it's moving in. I know I can't, but honestly, won't someone stop this train? Don't know how else to say it. Don't wanna see my parents go. One generation's length away from fighting life out on my own. Had a talk with my old man, said help me understand. He said turn 68, you're renegotiate. Don't stop this train. Don't for 1 minute change the place you're in. Don't think I couldn't ever understand. I tried my hand, John, honestly, we'll never stop this train. Once in a while, when it's good, it'll feel like it should. And they're all going around, and you're still safe and sound. And you don't miss a thing, so you cry when you're driving away in the dark, singing stop this train. I wanna get up and go home again. Can't take the speed it's moving in. I know I can't, 'cause now I see I'll never stop this train.
Husky! That was amazing, Fluke. So, from the hot south of Spain. Our next contestant, Nifo, leaves his cave on Twitch. And he's been doing music for a few years, participating in contests like A Cantar on Netflix. His last adventure with music is now on Twitch. And music, he thinks, is the best way to stay strong against adversities and to express his feelings. I think we can all relate to that, yeah? So, after being without performing on stage for a while, Nifo is here to sing Rise Like a Phoenix. Give it up for Nifo!
Waking in the revel, walking over glass. Neighbors say we're trouble. Well, that time has passed. Peering from the mirror, nobody's in me. Stranger getting nearer. Who can this person be? You wouldn't know me at all today. From the fading light of light, rise like a phoenix, out of the ashes, seeking rather than vengeance. Retribution, you were warm, once I'm transformed, once I'm reborn. You don't have to rise like a phoenix, but you're my flame. Go about your business, act as if you're free. No one could have witnessed what you did to me, 'cause you wouldn't know me today. And you have got to see to believe. From the fading light of life, rise like a phoenix, out of the ashes, seeking rather than vengeance. Retribution, you were warm, once I'm transformed, once I'm reborn. I rise up to the sky. You threw me down, but I'm gonna fly and rise like a phoenix, out of the ashes, seeking rather than vengeance. Retribution, you were warm, once I'm transformed, once I'm reborn. You know I will rise like a phoenix, but you're my flame.
Nifo! Wow, wow, wow. I keep getting the chills from these performances. Come on, this is awesome. Yeah, come on. Woo! So, we're about halfway through now. And I want to tell you something. So, it's pretty, it could be a pretty scary thing for some of the performers to stand up here on stage. In order to compete in Furvision, you have to audition for us. So, only the very best make the cut and end up here on stage. So this year we received a record-breaking number of auditions, and we had to say no to a lot of talented furries, unfortunately. So, if you're watching right now thinking, that should be me, then we hope to see you audition for our next edition. We open up in 2025. If you wonder what the auditions are like, they range from a simple voice-only sound file to fully choreographed performances. And sometimes this.
Hi, I'm Cosmic.
I'm Rhubarb.
And this is our audition for Nordic FuzzCon's Furrovision Song Contest 2024. Are we ready?
Uh-huh.
All right. I don't want to go, but baby, we both know this is not the time. It's time to say goodbye until we meet again.
Until we meet again.
This is not the end.
It's not the end.
It will come a day when we find our way. Violins playing and the angels crying when the stars align, and I'll be there like a cha-cha-cha. I am not afraid of the world no more, no. Like a cha-cha-cha when I pour champagne on myself and dance. You wanna see me dance?
Dance?
You wanna see me dance?
He's gonna dance?
Nordic FuzzCon, do you wanna see us dance? A 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's where they'll cut to the video. Tempest will just put it all together at the con. Tempest is really good at that
That's
sort of
a
thing.
great
And I don't know,
idea.
there was all these instructions about like
Yeah.
4444K video and 50p reses or something.
Yeah.
I look, I don't know. I just don't speak that much Swedish. I mean, I can barely pronounce Schottbühler, but Tempest will take care of it. So now let's
Right.
just cut to the finale and then they can fade it out, okay?
All right.
All right.
All the single furries.
All the single furries.
All the single furries.
All the single furries.
Now put your paws up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're so sorry. That was Cosmic and Rhubarb! We promise we won't do that again until next year. Right, let's get on with the show. So, kicking things off again after that little break, or whatever you call it, we have Little Alpha Pup, also known by his persona Milo. So he is a furry singer-songwriter, and he has no formal songwriting training actually, but he is a classically trained singer and actor. Milo had a career in musical theater, but a major vocal injury forced him to retire early, sadly. So he spent the past 2 years working closely with his vocal trainer to retrain his voice after it healed. And he re-debuted on stage at the last Anther Northwest. And he plans to continue pursuing his career in music and content creation under his stage name, Little Alpha Pup. This will be his first performance in professional capacity since his injury. And he does it with his original song, The World Spins Normal. Give it up for Little Alpha Pup!
Do you feel it in the air? That quiet whisper that slips right in. That feeling that you can't explain. Emptiness in a happy place. Nothing should be wrong tonight. I just wanna sit and cry. But no tears are to be found, try as I might. I look up to the stars at night, and I think that they should be more bright. It'd be easier if the world were ending, 'cause then I'd have a reason to be down. 'Cause the world spins, no matter the way that I feel. 'Cause the world spins, without my suffering in mind. I can't complain of the things that aren't there, 'cause it feels like nobody should care. If the world spins normal, shouldn't I be fine? I am longing for freedom from this broken heartache and this messed up vision that makes the world seem old. 'Cause the world spins, no matter the way that I feel. 'Cause the world spins, without my suffering in mind. And I can't complain of the things that aren't there, 'cause it feels like nobody should care. If the world spins normal, shouldn't I be fine? Shouldn't I be fine?
Little Alpha Pop! The name of the next contestant is Beck de Gaz, but everyone calls him Beck. He's a stork from Paris, famous for building a nest on top of the ivory tower. Oh, no, okay. But at day he's an animal keeper, and at night he composes instrumental music to tell stories without words. But tonight he will sing for us. So this is also one of his own songs, Blizzard. Give it up for Beck.
La force brute d'un blizzard trompe mon imagination et surpasse mes émotions jusque sa venue par hasard. Dans le silence de la plaine, le calme des vastes espaces, les animaux de toute race s'enfuient pris de peur et de peine. Souffle le vent, tombe la neige, siffle la neige et le vent tonne. Le premier imagine un piège, l'écho du second impressionne. Lorsque s'annonce le blizzard, tout est parti depuis longtemps de cette contrée sans printemps que l'on quitte toujours trop tard. Dans l'immensité des montagnes, entre les sommets engourdis, même le soleil refroidi ne rassure ni n'accompagne. Chante le vent, tombe la neige, chute la neige et le vent tonne. Le premier construit son grand piège, l'écho du second impressionne. Sous la violence d'un blizzard, on se blâme d'être resté et de ne pas s'être arrêté et d'avoir pris tant de retard. Dans l'étendue des hauts plateaux disparaît l'étoile du nord. On n'en distingue plus le bord, pas plus que le moindre bestiau. Gronde le vent, tombe la neige, grouille la neige et le vent tonne. Le premier referme son piège, l'autre joue de l'aérophone. Et quand s'éloigne le blizzard, la vie s'est presque suspendue. Et même la mort s'est perdue. Elle hésite à planter son dard dans le silence rétabli, où le champ de vision s'étiole. On voit encore les cabrioles de quelques flocons dans l'oubli. Salut le vent, tombe la neige, s'en va la neige et le vent tonne. Le premier libère son piège, l'autre voudrait qu'on le pardonne. Je te pardonne, ami blizzard, et ton compagnon l'ouragan. J'entends encore à votre banc votre ululement criard.
Ladies and gentlemen, back! So, now it's time for our next contestant, Baldur Wolf. He is a German wolf who spends his days giving smiles with his charm and lovely singing. You can think of him as a kind of virtual busker. So he's singing song requests while being live on Twitch. And through the digital stage, he has become an amazing, awesome performer live as well. So no one can resist the pull of a live audience for too long, am I right? So Baldur joins us tonight to give his best rendition of Falling by Harry Styles. Give it up for Baldur!
You're not here, and there's no one to blame but the drink in my wandering hands. Forget what I said, it's not what I meant.
and I can't take it back. I can't unpack the baggage you left. What am I now? What am I now? What if I'm someone I don't want around? I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling. You said you cared, and you missed me too. And I'm well aware I write too many songs about you. And the coffee's out at the Beechwood Cafe, and it kills me 'cause I know we've run out of things we can say. What am I now? What am I now? What if I'm someone I don't want around? I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling. What if I'm out? What if I'm down? What if I'm someone you won't talk about? I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling. And I get the feeling that you'll never need me again. What am I now? What am I now? What if I'm someone I don't want around? I'm falling, falling again, I'm falling. What if I'm down? What if I'm out? What if I'm someone you won't talk about? I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling.
Baldur! So, performing at Faravision for the third time, we have the opera tiger from Norway, who placed second last year. He loves to perform, and since last year he's been accepted into the Barradur Institute of Music, which is a really prestigious music school in Norway. And this winter he also sang in the Norwegian Opera's production of Nothing by David Bruce. He's back for us today with a tune by, well, it's a tune from Chess, you know, the famous musical, written by the ABBA producers Björn Ulvaeus and Benny Andersson. So please welcome Dan and his performance of Anthem.
Conquer my country's heart, they rise to fame. She is eternal, long before nations' lines were drawn. when no flags flew, when no army stood, my land was born. And you ask me why I love her through wars, death, and despair. She's the constant, we who don't care. And you wonder, will I leave her? But how? I cross over borders, but I'm still there now. How can I leave her? Where would I start? Let man's petty nations tear themselves apart. My land's only borders lie around my heart.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dan! Now we're at the last performance. I know. So, but it's a good one, because up last we have Ace Blaze from Norway. He's taking the stage here at Furvision after a 6-year hiatus from the spotlight. He's originally from a quaint rural town, and he brings a unique blend of grounded modesty, playful spirit, and rocking energy to this year's Furvision. Join us in welcoming Ace Blaze as they share their love for music and their extraordinary journey to this stage with Are You Ready? By Yorn. Give it up for Ace Blaze!
Are you ready to rock? Are you ready to rip it up? Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Are you ready to lit it up? Are you ready to dance? Are you ready to hit the floor? Are you ready? If you're ready, I'm ready. Are you ready to rock? Are you ready to get it up? Do you know what I'm thinking of? Are you ready to tear it out? Are you ready to dance? Are you ready to hit the floor? Are you ready? If you're ready, I'm ready. you ready to break it down? Are you ready to dance about? I'm not messing around. Are you ready to rock? Are you ready to hit the floor? Are you ready? Are you ready? If you're ready, I'm ready. All right, NFC, let me hear you. That's more like it.
Thank you, Ace Blaze! And thank you to all of our other performers. That was all of them. Give them all a roaring applause. Come on, one more time for all of them, yeah? That was amazing. Now I'd like to hear from you guys. So, what was it like standing up there singing?
It's amazing. Like, to be in front of so many people, it's at first frightening, but when you stand there, it's amazing.
And amazing, and why is it amazing?
That's a good question, but I've been singing for some years, but to finally do it for like an audience, that feeling, it's good, really good.
Thank you to the audience. Awesome. So, now for the moment that we're all waiting for, Nordic FuzzCon. Are you ready to start voting? Yeah, all right then. So, the lines will only remain open for a short while. So, if you're watching on this stream, then you should vote sooner rather than later. So, here we go. Nordic FuzzCon, start voting now! I'm just gonna go down to the green room here and find another victim. I mean, lovely, blessed person who's not going to fear me at all. Dan, you made the serious mistake of taking off your head. I'm not saying anything. Not my hill to die on. Anyway, so that's okay. You're a performer. So, how was it being up there?
Nerve-wracking, yes.
Nerve-wracking. All right. I think that probably describes everyone's experience. Am I right? Yeah. Do you agree, Gaikotsu?
Yes, if you couldn't tell by the amount my hands were shaking.
Shaking hands. You don't have hands. You have paws, silly. Shaking paws. Yeah, there you go. All right. So, you were just belting out those notes in the most beautiful ways. How did it feel?
It felt amazing. It's true that my voice is a little... I was like, I don't know if I can do it, but it's true that this stage gives you a lot of confidence, you know, and the public. And I don't know, it was really, really good.
Awesome. Fantastic. I want to ask you something else, actually. How many times have you been at Nordic FuzzCon?
My first time.
It's your first time. Yeah. What do you think of it? What do you think of Nordic FuzzCon?
Amazing. It's also very big because I'm used to Spain convention that it's smaller. But it's amazing. Amazing.
I mean, for me, it's also a bit surprising that there's so many of us now. Like, every year we grow so much. Who are you people? Where are you all coming from? This is crazy, seriously. Oh my God. I think there's someone, like a professor out there who has a lab and is just breeding furries like crazy. Like, more is creating an army of furries for all of us, yeah? You know, to make the world a happier, lovelier place. Yep. What about you? How did it feel to stand up there?
Oh, you know, it felt absolutely amazing. We have such an amazing group of people that's performing tonight, and also an amazing audience that gives us so much joy just standing there, soaking it all up. You guys are awesome, bro.
So, while you guys are voting, and we still have the votes coming in, there's a lot of you out there. There's a lot more than we expected, so we had to rent Valhalla, sort of as a addition last minute. And that also means that we need time for the voting here. But while you decide which one of our amazing contestants most deserve your vote, then we have something special planned for you.
Just keep your eyes on me. I said I'll hold it back. She's the shutdown, cut down, she's me. This
I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday.
Memory, all alone in the moonlight, I can smile at the
I know I can, but honestly, won't someone stop this?
Rise like a phoenix out of the ashes, seeking rather than vengeance. 'Cause the world spins, no matter the way that I feel. La violence d'un blizzard, on se blâme d'être resté et de ne pas s'être.
I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling.
Islands, only borders lie around.
Alright, are you ready? That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, this is a roaring greeting to all the furries out there. I'm so happy that several of you are Eurovision fans. That warms my heart. And to Vazi, who will be on stage now, whatever he's up to, I have nothing to do with it. But I'm sure it will be perfect. Or not. Anyway, I hope that in the future maybe I will be bitten by a furry. Yeah, have fun.
Wasn't that amazing? Give it up for Vasi, everybody! And what a guest appearance we had! True Eurovision royalty has graced our court of music. Now it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. The closing of the vote. The vote will close in... Stop voting now! Thanks, front of house. So, this is the third time that Furvision takes place. It began as a one-off event back in 2020, when the theme of the convention was love it or hate it, it's Furvision. Anybody here? How many were here that year? Bunch of you. Everyone else is new. Okay, great. That's like right a few years ago. Okay. The event was so well received that we decided to bring it back, and we got even better feedback. So, now we're stuck with doing it forever. But that's okay, because we love doing this, and we love how much you guys love it. So, last year's winner was Chester the Giroud. You already saw him tonight, yeah? Opening the show. But for those of you who weren't here last year, here is a look back.
Kathy, you raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I'm on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can
Oh, Chester! Yeah! How amazing! Chester, I have some news for you. Your time as a Eurovision champion is up! Yeah. So, now it's time for you and the other judges to come to the stage. So, bring your pieces of paper and your pens. Burr, Shadow, Glexus, and Chester, please come on up here. There is a stair over there. Or over there. Or you can just jump on the stage in the middle, or whatever. Right. So, we have a microphone extra here. Burr, if you would like to take that, I would like to ask you to start.
I will.
All
We're
right.
jumping right
So,
into it.
May we hear the results of the Burr jury, please?
All right. So we're starting from the lowest, but there was no bad performance. Like we were discussing on the table, this is the most difficult job that you could have, I think. But I ended up giving 1 point for the emotional and pretty performance of Baldur. Yeah.
1 point to Baldur. Un point pour Baldur.
Oui, oui. And then 2 points I ended up giving to the charming Fluke Husky.
2 points to Fluke Husky.
3 points was given to a very engaging performance by Gai Kotsu.
3 points für Gai Kotsu.
4 points to a guy that really owned the stage with his confidence, Ace Blaze.
4 points for Ace Blaze.
All right, and 5 points was given to a very nice and emotional performance by Bruce.
5 points to Bruce.
6 points to the very energetic and amazing opener, Gustav.
6 points to Gustav.
Now we're getting into the good, really top here. So 7 points from here on, it's like anyone's guess because it's just so close. So 7 points was given to someone who had an ability to make me understand French somehow by really being great at emoting. So that's to Bec de Gaz. Is that correct?
7 points to Beck.
All right. Now comes the top 3. The person that got 8 points from me is an extremely precise singer with an amazing, stunning voice. But due to high competition, I ended up giving 8 points to Dan.
8 points to Dan. 8 points à Dan.
All right, here comes the exciting part. On my second place is someone who really elevated the song that they were performing. It gave me literal chills, and it was a really good Furvision show. So 10 points go to Nifo.
10 points to Nifo.
And I'm pretty sure I'm not alone in my 12 points because I literally, I'm glad the camera wasn't on me because I was crying full on.
Oh.
So yeah, they blew me away with the lyrics, and the performance was insane. So Little Alpha Pup, 12 points.
12 points to Little Alpha Pub. Thank you so much, Burr, for your votes. Now I'd like to hear from you, Shadow.
Do I have to?
Yes, we want to hear from the Shadow jury. That sounds so bad.
All right, so all of these performances were amazing. I can just repeat what Burr already said. The performances, they were amazing. We had such a hard time voting. But we did have to. My 1 point goes to, the very emotional act of Baldur.
Yes. 1 point to Baldur.
My 2 points go to Bec de Gaz.
2 points to Beck.
My 3 points go to the husky who never stops riding the train, Fluke.
3 points. Go to Fluke Husky.
4 points to the opener with lots of energy, Gustav.
4 points to Gustav.
5 points go to, I will forever be in my memory, Gaikatsu.
5 points to Gaikatsu.
6 points to a performance that I actually didn't expect that way. Ace Blaze.
6 points to Ace Blaze.
Yeah, as the higher numbers come, it gets closer and closer. 7 points to Dan.
7 points to Dan.
What really intrigued me about my 8 points were especially the tremolo and the vocal precision, which and making the song really his own. Bruce with Yesterday.
8 points to Bruce.
Yeah, 10 points. That was a performance. Nifo, thank you.
10 points to Nifo.
And again, I can only repeat what my right-hand neighbor already said. Little Alpha Pop deserved 12 points from me.
12 points to Little Alpha Pop. Thank you for your vote, Shadow. Now, Glexus, may we please have your votes?
Okay, was incredibly difficult this year. I have never been so stressed in my entire life judging a competition. Like, oh my god. But yeah, my first 1 point goes to Gaikatsu.
1 point to Gaikatsu!
And then the second point go to Back de Gaz. Amazing performance on their own language.
2 points to Beck.
And then the third point go to Balder.
3 points to Balder.
Then with like an amazing dance performance, 4 points go to Gustav.
4 points to Gustav. 4 points, Gustav.
And then the 5 points goes to Ace Blaze.
5 points to Ace Blaze.
And then Husky that could not stop this train, 6 points to Fluke.
6 points to our Husky.
And then with a good performance, my 7 points goes to Bruce.
7 points to Bruce.
And then we're going up to the 8 points. Amazing good control, amazing voice, to Dan.
8 points to Dan.
And then, no, it's getting more risky, but the 10 points goes to Nifo.
10 points to Nifo. Gee, I guess who the last person is.
And then the last one, everybody knows who it is at this point. My nose just says wow, because that performance was just so beautiful. Little Alpha Pup, 12 points.
12 points to Little Alpha Pup. And now, finally, Chester, may we have your votes, please?
Yes, absolutely. With 1 point to give, I have my 1 point. This is not my strong suit. I'm better at singing. 1 point goes to Baldur.
1 point to Baldur.
And I have 2 points to a performer who has an amazing voice, and I really loved his performance, but I give 2 points to Ace Blaze.
Congratulations, Ace Blaze.
3 points to a very emotional song with beautiful belt near the end. Absolutely great performance. 3 points to Gaikotsu.
3 points to Gaikotsu.
And with such a cool, calm performance that is just really relaxing and set us all at ease with wonderful stage presence and confidence, I give 4 points to Fluke Husky.
4 points to Fluke Husky.
5 points to Bruce.
5 points to Bruce.
6 points to a really good performance with such great stage presence. Couldn't have started this concert off better than with Gustav. 6 points for Gustav.
6 points to Gustav.
Now, I know how hard it is to sing in French, and that was a fantastic performance with really good intonation, beautiful pitches, intervals, very difficult song to sing, and you did it with great stage presence. I give 7 points to Beck de Gaz.
7 points to Beck.
Now, I got the pleasure to perform with this guy on Thursday, and we put on a great opera concert, and I know that he has a good voice. This performance was absolutely beautiful. I hadn't heard that song before, and you gave it with such great stage presence, and you just really made your voice shine. I have 8 points for Dan.
8 points for Dan.
10 points, fantastic song, really stunning. The audience went absolutely wild. I have 10 points to Nifo.
10 points to Nifo.
And 12 points. We were all crying at the table, just looking at each other like, wow, that was a fantastic original song. Really spectacular performance. Everything, falsetto. I 12 points, Little Alpha Pup.
12 points to Little Alpha Pup. Thank you to our judges. Your watch is over now. You may return to your seats and relax for the rest of the show. So let's take a look at the scoreboard here and see how it is. So currently we have Little Alpha Pup, or Milo, If the World Spins Normal at 48 points. We have Nefo Rise Like a Phoenix at 40. And we have Dan with Anthem at 31 points in the top 3. But nothing is settled yet. Because now, audience, now it's your turn. So, your votes have been calculated and they're ready for delivery, I hope. They are, great. So, remember, you have half the power here. So, things can change a lot still. Please make a drum roll with me for the delivery of the envelope containing your points, audience. Drum roll! Leofen, this isn't an envelope. That's it, I quit. Okay, thank you. Okay, so, oh my God, here it is. The final points. Are you ready? Okay. Here we go. The final points are, in order. Sorry, I had to open the envelope. 4 points go to Gustav. Eight points go to Ace Blaze. 12 points go to Baldur. 16 points go to Fluke. And 20 points go to Gaikatsu. $24 points go to Monsieur de Paris Beck. Next up, we have 28 points. The 28 points go to Bruce. Now it's getting really interesting. We have the last top 3 results here. This looks interesting, I gotta say. Okay, so the 32 points. Are you ready for them? Yeah? Yeah? They go to Dan! Congratulations! So right now, Dan is at the top of the list with 63 points, but we have 2 more scores to give here. So the 40 points go to Nefo! Which means that the 48 points are going to Little Alpha Pup. Congratulations! Congratulations! And you are the winner! Please come up here on stage and bask in your glory. Come here. Oh my God, how do you feel right now? Oh my. Oh my gosh, am I dreaming? Is this real? Yep, it's real. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. This means so much to me. Thank you so much. I truly don't know what to say. You know, coming back from something like that voice injury, I thought I was never gonna get to sing in front of people again. And give it up a little Papa! Thank you so much. Thank you. So, this will now again be our last performance for tonight. Are you okay to sing again? Yes, yes. Okay, that's good. So, performing your entry once again, take it away, Little Alpha Pup. Do you feel it in the air? That quiet whisper that slips right in. That feeling that you can't explain. Emptiness in a happy place. Nothing should be wrong tonight. I just wanna sit and cry, but no tears are to be found. Try as I might, I look up to the stars at night, and I think that they should be more bright. It'd be easier if the world were ending, 'cause then I'd have a reason to be down. 'Cause the world spins, no matter the way that I feel. 'Cause the world spins, without my suffering in mind. I can't complain of the things that aren't there, 'cause it feels like nobody should care. If the world spins normal, shouldn't I be fine? I am longing for freedom from this broken heartache and this messed up vision that makes the world seem whole. 'Cause the world spins, no matter the way that I feel. 'Cause the world spins, without my suffering in mind. I can't complain of the things that aren't there, 'cause it feels like nobody should care. If the world spins normal, shouldn't I be fine? and gentlemen, Little Alpha Pop! Give it up for Little Alpha Pop! Congratulations! So, that was our show, everybody. Give a grand applause to our wonderful team. So, from Stage Tech, it is Tempest, Hydra, Kami, Fusion, and Star Fox Coon. And to our planning team, Leofen, get up here. Leofen and Cosmic and me and Chester. And also to our wonderful camera crew, Fusilata, Noveti, Savi, and Scrubby. Oh, are you okay? And also to the streaming team that's streaming and broadcasting to the far ends of the world, like Valhalla, Atkela and Telecom. So, I am Pinky. I have been your host. Thank you all for coming, and we hope to see you all again. And if you want to stand on this stage next year, so keep an eye on our social media. Auditions will open in October. Thank you all for coming, and goodbye.